So CI/CD is a kind of continuous integration, right? Continuous code development and continuous integration. So, for example, if somebody really developer code, it's going from the high level language, which is developer, to the lower level language which computer understand, which essentially is assembly language or binary language or whatever language any computer understand at a very low level, very near to CPU. Yeah. So these are the generic idea that when code is actually compiled, then code sent to the reviewers, and review that if code is good or not. Then might be the third pipeline is unit testing or integration testing. So execute some predefined test which test the functionality of any code and the integration ability of microservices or whatever your ecosystem is, that your system could integrate or talk with other applications within your system or not. And then code coverage is simply a part of review or testing ability, that for example, what is the percentage of your code which is went through from this testing is code coverage. Sometimes there are some code for which the test cases are not written or the functionality is not written. So this is a very efficient way to check that how much code is covered, and that is where actually Jenkins come into the play, and it has become more important because it has a lot of plugins, and this plugin option gives it a lot of flexibility and in a lot of depth as well. So you name any concept and you can find very good compatible plugin of the Jenkins that makes your life easy and efficient as well. So that's where actually it stands out. That's where Jenkins stands out from the other tools in the market. And in the end, actually, it's do a build. So and packaging actually directly goes to any production environment or whatever environment you have. So yeah, production environment directly that goes here. So that is the basic pipeline or stuff. So let me just jump into how actually you practically build the jobs, right? Okay, the first thing, last time I have discussed that you can install nowadays Ubuntu Linux as a subsystem on the Windows. So it is kind of using a native kernel. On the back end, there is no virtualization, but this is kind of doing in a similar fashion how the Linux works, which is great. So all you need to do is to go to Play Store of Windows and install this Ubuntu. When you do this, you come to that window terminal. It is headless, which means that it doesn't have any graphical user interface. But the good thing is that it can use under the hood in the background the graphic communication from that window Ubuntu kernel to the window server X, and you can see it. So if your computer is okay RAM, you can easily so do it. So let's say like last time we have also opened this. So uh, the the command was that Firefox. So one very handy tool to on bash is that you open the bash shell, you control R, you press it and you write it, and as you can see that it gives you the history from the whole bash, and you just hit enter, and yeah, so you need to wait a bit. It's yeah, it's kind of taking a time a little bit, which is okay because it's working to run the Jenkins like from system control or system CTL processes from the Linux. It try to get the daemons working, and then it's try to activate or awake all the required dependencies, and then it's talk to 8080 port, which is a port for displaying any web traffic or HTTP traffic or HTTP protocol. So we had this username. Also, well, great. So it led us to here, which is actually quite a good thing. So here actually we can build a couple of couple of different pipelines. So let's say like that. What we have discussed here is that we should build like for any one pipeline for each of our steps, like when developer code or compiler code, when QA team does something, when tester, when building team does something for packaging. For everything, we can just make a steps. So for making step, I will just get through very quickly, so that we are not wasting much time. So yes, great. Okay, great. So for the demonstration purpose, we are choosing practically one Java app, which is available on internet. So right now we'll do it with Java. We'll also do it with Python as well in next tutorial. So the thing is that we are creating a simple app to make our point that how you can do a build process actually from scratch up to the end, to the automation style and everything. So as we have seen that these are the normally process. So first step for the developer is to compile any code if it is compiling code. So for example, if it is Linux application, then you need compilation too. If you have Java based, then you need compilation too. If you have C++ application, you need compilation. Most of the language you need to compile your code from your source code to the code which a machine can understand, or laptop, or the binary processor, or the binary system could understand, or assembly language code could understand. So this is normally first step. So for example, we want to do this with Jenkins as well, and let me just tell you that how you can do this actually manually. So by manually, I mean that, for example, you need to, let's say like that, do this in uh, the steps that you clone this to the local repository. You clone this repository and you install the Maven. Maven is nothing but a package building tool. Similarly, CMake or these tool for this for the C++ application. You have Maven for the Java. So nothing more than that. Well, great. So for example, we are doing this, and yeah, we can also do this manually, and we can do this with Jenkins system. Let's do it first manually. For manual, we need to just git clone this thingy here. For example, I copy this and I clone this, right? Let me just. Okay, for example, what we can do is that we can install with copy paste this binary. You can get this binary from anywhere. So right now we are getting this here from this source. Password is not right. Okay, it's gonna take some time, I guess. I don't know my internet connection right now. Oh, okay, it's connecting. I can pause a video for a while so that. Okay, for some reason doesn't work anymore. What we can do is that we can just click on this save as, and we can WSL dollar, not, it's backslash, I guess. WSL dollar, yes. Go there, go to the temp folder. So create new folder, simple Java app, and maybe remove one from here. So this step is actually not necessary, but the problem is that we are not able to connect internet for some reason, or we don't have internet for some reason. I don't know what is the reason right here, but yeah. Well, in the temp folder, if I go here and I list LTR and then cd simple Java app, and then we can, okay, we already went there, and we can supply this folder, this app where we say that please install this as a SSH, and then please install to the path opt of our current file system. Okay, it is not able to untar it. It is tar, but it is not able to untar it. Might be we can, what we can do is that might be we can copy, well, that works, I guess, because the name of the file wasn't right. So now we can go to opt. Well, Apache Maven is there. We can go there, and great. We can rename this file if we want, because this file is a little bit weird. We can say move Apache whatever in the same folder, like opt and the folder of Maven. Move this file from the opt to the new folder names. Cannot move to the opt Maven, permission denied. Might be we need sudo. Okay. Now we have this Maven folder already, which means what we have did here. We just have downloaded a binary file, actually, a workable compiled binary of Maven, and we move this to the opt folder with the name of with the name of Maven, and this is the file path actually normally where all the libraries and things installed. When you install any binary from the source, it does so too. For example, if I would have to compile the binary from the source code, and I could also do that, but people have already packaged it and make the binary of it, and I don't need any latest resources, which is why I can use the Maven binary as it is. So next thing is that Linux don't know the path of that echo path. So well, these are the path variables, and these are the path actually. Whenever you supply any command, it start to look it here to get the actual path that where the binaries are installed, and this is how Linux or Bash, Linux operating system and Unix file system works. For that, what you can do is that you can echo it, and with double arrow you can add it to your uh, extra profile, which is actually let's say like that. You can also add to your user profile, or you can also add it to the extra profile if you don't need stuff more often. Again, permission denied. So I'm getting too much permission denied today, so I'm not sure, but okay, maybe it's already does something. Hmm. I could also actually do this Maven for key. So the other way to add this profile, I don't know why it doesn't work, but normally it works. Do I have I have my bash profile as well, right? I can also add it to whom, whom, where is whom? Whom dot bash rc. This is my own profile. I can add this there too. Don't know why this thing is here. Ah, I don't know. The simple way would be to just okay, sorry for that. Uh, Adding binary shouldn't be that difficult, I suppose, and it should be very easy. Let's try this one. Oh, let's add to home dot bash rc. Well, that works. And nano, and I can confirm it dot bash rc. Bash rc is nothing but the profile which load whenever your window is loaded, and it has all the permanent stuff. And yes, Maven home is now in your path, which means that we are good. And technically, if we do bash rvc sourc source dot bash rc, it should source it. And well, how we check if Maven installed or not? Okay, I guess we need to restart this terminal, because for every time you add something in the profile, you need to source bash. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't understand. Okay, now actually, if we write Maven, it does work. So now we need to go to and we need to find the sample app, which I don't know where it is. We have some created it somewhere, right? Which I actually completely forgot. That was in temp folder, so it's okay. I can make dir simple Java app maybe, and then I can cd into this, and then I can do git clone. Maybe I had that somewhere, somewhere. This one here. Hope so that it clones, and now it has cloned. And let us try to build this, right? Okay, we have into the cd now, and if I say mv compile, because the xom file, which is actually nothing but the structure, how you instruction how Maven should compile it, is normally included in it. And if I go to sample Java app, and then if I pom.xml get pom xml, it's tell you everything about everything. Yeah, simply. So what packages, what dependencies you need, it is kind of very similar to requirement.txt in the Python, but it is needed for any single app. Actually, for building process, the XML for make file is make XML for every. So this is nothing but a simple instruction how do you do this. We can clear this screen, and then might be if I write file. Well, now it start compiling Jacoco, and trying to get all the dependencies I have written in the XML. I formed that XML, and well, so Yeah, this is what manual process is. Please, sorry for dragging it so long, but that's how you, for example, do this actually in real scenario to build an easy lab, which essentially means that you don't want, as an organization or as a big company or as a even small company, you really don't want to do it a manual process every time, because you have 10 developers sitting in the different part of the world and they're trying to push code every second day because they are building some feature. Or you have enterprise level stuff where you have 1000 projects are going on. Each project there are 200 people are working on this, and they are setting different locations geographically, and they push code, and you don't want to actually do this process manually, that somebody sit there, go to the computer, and then they usually build the process every time and check if it is working or not. And if it's not working, it's getting back to the developer and say, okay, but you have sent the source code, this thing doesn't work, please do it again. So yeah, now exactly you have the feeling that why we need the automation or pipeline automation or continuous integration tool, and why the Jenkins is so possible and what problem it solves already. For example, here you can say that it does build success. So let us do this first building process with help of Jenkins automatically. Nowadays, what happen is that normally your stuff is, or your Jenkins is on cloud. So your Jenkins is simply like on cloud, and it's sitting on a simple cloud, right? And the URL is available. You do setting, you just hook your GitHub or source code or GitLab source code, wherever it is, and it's do whole stuff for you automatically. So your Jenkins is on cloud. You don't need to worry about anything. You can access this anywhere. Jenkins Manager or DevOps Manager can do it anytime you want to, and the code is written on the local PC of the developer, get pushed to the GitLab, and GitLab pushed to the Jenkins. Beautiful stuff, right? Well, let's now do it on Jenkins. Okay, we are now logging here, and what we can do is that freestyle project and compile source. Just com okay. Compile compile source code freestyle project, and we can say that okay, compiling the code from source jar. These options we'll discuss later on. Essentially, these options mean something like um, if you want to delete last bills, if we want to name GitHub project, parameterize means that if you want to give access to somebody and load some variable in it so that it is easy for them to do it. So there are a lot of options which we'll discuss later on. So here actually also that in my copy paste history I have Java simple app. So yeah, this is Java simple app here. And for example, if it's needed to be password protected repository or private repositories, we can add here the token. We can simply go to www.github.com, add this, go to the repository setting, and then we can get the access token from there. And we can add that access token actually here in the configuration to access it, because sometimes it is private repository. We can add branch here, master, whatever branch is here. So well, great. What we have done manually, we want to do it here. So these are the trigger we'll discuss later on. But these trigger essentially means that you make these jobs automatic with continuous integration. That when it builds, for example, you can say that okay, build whenever there are new changes in the main repositories, and start building, and you can say that okay, build after this project is done, and then it's start chaining up. So it's very simple stuff here, and we can add, right, so big this thingy here. I don't know. Okay, so I can, where I can come to here and execute a shell command, which we were doing already. So the problem is that we don't know the we can also set environmental variable similar as um, as we do in the Linux, but we know that we have installed something, or normally the install path of the Maven is opt Maven binaries and mvn. So on terminal, if we write mvn and build, then it works. But here there is no path variable or set because it is something else. Compile. So this should essentially work for the Maven. I hope so. To compile this thingy here. So well, great. So no builds right now because we have build history here. And we can click on the build right now to see if something happens or not. And you can see it starts doing something here. It's gonna take some time, and then yeah, our first thing, which essentially was to compile the code, will be done. Then we'll do code review in the second step, and we're gonna create a similar jobs for everything, very similar jobs each time for doing that. So bear with me. Okay, it's taking time. Yeah, it took a little bit time on my WSL Linux as well. Might be I will come later. Check this. What's happening? What's going on? Blah 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 blah. So as you can see that every Jenkins has this workspace where you have your artifacts, whatever the compile code is, and blah blah blah. There are many other options you can use, but very quickly we are gonna use them very quickly. Right now, I think so. I should pause it. Okie dokie. What I see here is that it's completed. So if I click on this link, I can always see the console output, which is quite similar what we have seen previously on the local build file or on the terminal build on the Ubuntu. Nothing fancy here, so we don't need it. Well, so these are all the things. And the build history number one is successful, which is great. And if you want to see actual build file or binary files, here is the everything. So it's a Jenkins file with Jenkins stuff, and target is especially a target thingy always, where you can see the source code. And this is the compilation stuff. Actually, you always can say this demo app. Well, this is a tutorial book, and yeah, you can see stuff here in the target. There are a lot of different default compiled things, which is great. So in the workspace is the place where you can always see this stuff, and this is the config, is the place where you can see the edit the configuration of your job if you need to, and that's how simple pipeline setup. So let me just apply multiple stuff here. So for example, our next goal is to review the code, that if the code is formatting wise and stuff. So there is again a Maven package or the Maven plugin, which is available in Jenkins called PMD, like program mistake detector. Program mistake detector, you can easily install it. And when you install it, you can easily configure it. Let's quickly do this and see how that works. Okay, let's very quickly build our review job. Very similar. We come here, we say code review. Code review. job, which is freestyle project. Again, to check the program mistakes. Automatically. PMD. Okay, so this is that. And which mistakes you want to see? Well, there should be something somewhere here, which is great here. And then we come here, which looks good. We don't need password. Master is okay. Build trigger, we are not gonna discuss them right now. In the shell, we can come here and we can say what we can say here is that opt maven binary mbn and then space pmd. So, well, great. We can save this job here. And what is pmd? If we go to pmd, Maven or whatever, program mistake detection. So it's a sub project or plugins which comes under the Maven already, which is the great thing that you can you can see here. This is Maven already. You can do the program mistake detections, formatting and stuff automatically with this plugin. And great, this plugin. There are multiple plugins available under the Maven actually, supported by Java. Which is cool thing here. We can run this job. This should run perfectly. But there is another way of doing this, which is actually, if I run this job, we can make it more fascinating or more, you know, we go to the manage engine, we go to the tools, we can configure stuff like JDK installation. Here we can give the name. Here we can give the Java home, because every Maven depends on Java. Without Java installation, Maven doesn't work by default. Now, next question is where from I can get this path. It's very easy. I go here, I set write simple MVN and then variant. Very simple. When I do this, it's give me a Java runtime here, and it give me a home of the Maven. These information I need, I can put it here. Similarly, I can go here, I can add Maven installation here. So I can say again Maven home. Maven, which version it is? It is Maven says Java version, but I don't know. 3.9.6. I can say 3.9.6. 3.9.6 Maven home, which is okay here. I can apply this. Let's say save, which is already good. I can go to the dashboard again. I can go to my job again, and I can go to configure again, and I can say I don't need that. I can do this more efficiently with invoking the top level Maven. It's saying which version would you gonna use. So I'm gonna use this. This is the only one. This means that there at least one default one. And the goal is that /p means capital P always mean that you need which profile you need. So for example, in the PMD, you can set multiple profile, program mistake detector. You can customize it as well. So that's why you need to mention different profile. If you customize, for example, if I customize and name it PMD01 or with my name, then I can mention that. But the second PMD is something like exe or execution. And I can save this file here with pmd and I can start building it, which gives me error, which means we are must doing something really wrong. Okay, stokies, failure. Okay, let me just figure out that why it's get failed. Might be something happen here. Okay, there is one error we need to solve, which is here we need to write matrix. Pmd matrix pmd save and build it now again. Might be this time it builds. Yeah, looks right. So looks great. And I mean, you can see all this stuff in the Maven PMD Jenkins. You just write it in Google and you can see all different options how to do this, how to build this, and what are the options available here, right? Yeah, but right now this is that. Yes. So great. This is successful, which means that I can come here, I can go to workspace here. Well, on workspace might be it's under target. In the target is a PMD XML, which means that program error detection, and it has detected a lot of errors here. It says that begin line from 89 to 91, begin column, if this one, empty catch block, which means that there is no catch, there is nothing after the catch block. There should be some code here. And the package or the module is this one, address in the content form class. Then it says you can go here, the full path of this one here. Again, there is the problem with this one. Here is the priority, which means that it is less priority or high priority. High priority means high priority. Low priority with 4 means less priority. Number 1 priority and number 4 priority, similar fashion. So good. One thing on that you can see this XML style. The second thing we need to configure that there should be some good way to read this code. So let's figure out some way to read it beautifully. To do that, I guess we need to go to plugin of the Jenkins. We go to dashboard, we go to manage Jenkins, we go to plugin, we search available plugin, we say warning. Collect the warnings, report analysis. This is that. Oops. We click it here and we install it here. Restart Jenkins. It's again taking a lot of time. Yeah, it's a bad thing. Might be it's a problem with my internet or it's a problem failure. Okay. Ah, not good. Internet connection was okay, but there was some problems already. Okay, let's quickly build a new item here and testing code. So freestyle project again. Okay, to run the unit. This is the code. And we can again go here, we can go here, we can say create. What was that? So this is that. Correct. build stuff, we can always do this similar stuff here, default or 3.6.9. And for goal, well, the goal is to um, build the application right. And the goal, I guess, is the test, because this is something already available. And then I can go add post building actions, change test report, and that says that where I need to search, and it is normally at get sure file reports dot static dot xml. Surefire surefire dash reports targets okay, I guess that's that. I mean, everyone does have this target like test, and it should work actually. Save build now. And there should be one testing code and give us a report in general. Okie dokie, here is our job has been done. And if I click here, it says, well, zero failure, and all my tests, 23 tests are passed. And this is good thing. This is about this package only, because the tests are simply written by developer only for that package, and everything else remains same. Yeah, and you can also see it here in the UI. So if you go to this UI, so there are 22 failed or 0 in the UI. You can say that it's build number passed. Yeah, which is great. So by now we have covered unit testing as well. Code coverage is something similar. Let us just very quickly cover this up, and then we are done for today. For code coverage, we have one plugin named Jacoco available. Jacoco build reports. This thing really builds report, and if I go install it, I don't know, a lot of stuff doesn't doing it right way. I don't know why. So for that, I need to install these plugins manually and uploading it from somewhere. So let's do it. Let's do it.